I'm Sylvia Crawley Spann, and I got next.
You next up and you ain't been on SportsLifeTalk. Like, what are you doing? Hey, you better hit him up. Look, you breaking next and you up next. Kings and queens go hard. Rise and star on the big scene. Make them know who you are. You don't break a sweat. Don't settle for less. They put you through that test. Your resume that flex. Who got next? Who got next? SLT, ready, say go. Who got next? Who got next? Living my dreams and all your goals. Who got next? Who got next? You can ask B. Jones or head coach. Who got next? Who got next? You next up, so here's my vote. Chill.
SLT Nation, what it do, fam? Welcome back to another fire episode of Sports Life Talks. You got next. That's right. This is a platform that gives exposure to the voices of tomorrow. Year 5, the big nickel, our 5th season. KT and I are still on this incredible mission. That's right. We are going all across this country, going into our communities, and we're finding rising superstars who are doing big things and accomplishing big dreams. Y'all better buckle up, sit back and relax, because we got an extraordinary episode on deck for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to the stage, representing Steubenville, Ohio. She is a a WNBA legend, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and a former Slam Dunk champion. Y'all make some noise for 35 years in the game, representing the Portland Fire, the Silver Stars, and now an alumni of the Las Vegas Aces, the author, the player, the superstar, Coach Sylvia Crawley Spann. Coach, how you doing today?
Now that's what I call an introduction.
Hey, Kevin, what do they call authors? That's what wordsmith. That's what wordsmith. Sylvia Crawley Spann. Coach Syl, how you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me on the show. I actually need to put you in my suitcase.
Okay.
When I go speak, I'm a speaker entrepreneur. So when I speak at my next event, I need you to introduce me like that.
The only problem with that is hey, they gonna charge you because it's gonna be more than 50 pounds for that bag.
All right, we can look.
Yeah, we about to pay a lot extra on that luggage that I'm sitting there. Coach, welcome to the show. You super dope. I'm excited to be here. We hope everybody from around the world that's watching us right now is excited to be here. Welcome to the program. I am your host, the mouth of the South B. Jones, the OG, all things Louisiana. Put your L's up. Mr. Yeet is in the building, and I'm rocking alongside my brother from another mother, the other side of the You Got Next logo, the Quiet Storm. Shh, all facts, no cap. The head coach, KT. Cam, look, I don't know how this show came about, but all I can do is say, won't he do it? He said he would. That's what I'm talking about. This is a dope one. I'm excited about this banger. KT, how you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling great, B. Jones, but you left out one word in the intro for her.
Okay. I thought I wrote everything down. What did I miss out on, sir? I got the multi-gold medalist, Slam Dunk champion. What did I miss?
It has to go with the Slam Dunk. She's bouncy. You didn't say bouncy. She has some hop. Blindfolded dunking, B. Jones, you got to have some bunnies. So
y'all go watch the video. Kevin, can we get the video up as we do that?
Why are we talking right now? We have that video.
We had a video up. Kevin, let's go to work. Y'all, welcome to the show. We about to start the show off with our icebreaker with the WNBA legend. And I mean that for real. She got on Wikipedia page. Y'all, so this is what we gonna do. This is our version of Two Truths and a Lie. It is called the Moment of Truth. The rules are super simple. Before the show, she's picked 3 facts about herself. Kevin and I don't know what they are. And we will have 60 seconds after her delivering these facts to try to work as a team and figure out which one of them is not the truth. Now, we're a little bit 50-50 on this over last season, but I think we're in the win column right now. We lost the last episode, so this is a bounce back episode, KT. Lock in. Let's go. Clank, clank. Let's go. Coach Spann, Coach Syl, give us your 3 facts.
All right. I have 3 females in my family who can dunk. Let's see. I have 8 sets of twins in my family, and I'm a twin, and I'm 4 inches taller than my twin sister. And then my very first game of basketball, I shot at the wrong basket.
Okay, when you say I got very first game, you talking about when you was a youngster? Or
my very first basketball game, I shot at the wrong basket.
Kevin, that's super believable because stories like that always happen. They didn't know which way was north, and then they come out and be the best players in the world. It was too specific on that second one, Kevin. 8 sets of twins. Do you know the rarity of 8 sets of twins? And then she said 4 inches tall. That's crazy. And she a twin herself?
Yeah. So we're going with 1 and 2.
Okay, it's between 1 and 2.
I'm leaning towards
1.
Yeah, I was going to say 2, but it's too unbelievable not to be true.
Give us number 1 more time. I just want to make sure.
I have 3 females in my family who can dunk. There are 3 females in my family
can dunk. Okay, that's what. Kevin, I'm gonna say that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna say 3 females.
It may be 2 that can dunk. I don't think it's 3.
Yeah, I don't think it's 3 neither. I think 2 Spanns out there just rocking the rim and the other one touching the net. They ain't yoking all the way. All right, Coach Syl, tell us which one. We going with 1. You tell us which one was not the truth.
I did not have a twin sister that I'm.
Oh my goodness! Oh, I'm taking chances of having 8 twins, Kevin.
I do have 8 sets of twins in my family.
Okay, but you're not a twin, and the 4 inches tall always fluff. Oh, you got us, Coach.
There's no room in the world for 2 like me.
And I don't know why I believe that wholeheartedly. She got us on that one, Kevin. She got us, but while we got it, give us the other 2 family members that can dunk because they might be you got next.
Actually, yeah. So the very first woman to ever dunk in a game, Georgianne Wells, she played for West Virginia University and she dunked twice, 84 and 86. And she never got credit for it for years because the team she dunked on, the coach hid the tape. And when he passed away, his sons cleaned out his house and they found the tape and sent it to ESPN. And today she's credited as the first woman. And then the other one is I have a cousin who plays for Seattle Storm right now. Her name is Jordan Horston. She's a 6'2" point guard who could dunk.
Jordan Horston can dunk?
Oh yeah.
Hey, she was dope though. Yeah, I knew she was bouncy at Tennessee. She was on my fantasy team, by the way. Hey, Jordan. All right, KT.
She got hot.
Let's go. We have to have a good time. I got a feeling. You know what? I'm gonna keep on because you put that kind of we gonna speak it into the house. This one is going to be a banger. One of the best episodes of this year. Y'all lock in with us. It is time to take y'all on a crazy journey, as known as the road trip, and this is all about Coach Syl, Sylvia Crawley Spann. This is your story. Let's take them. Come on, lift that right hand up. Come on. All right, reach over your left shoulder, grab that seatbelt, and buckle up. Click, clack. Let's go to work. We got to pay the bills. And before, what I mean by paying the bills is we got to talk to everybody that's watching. That's right. You right now that's watching this. We need y'all help. We need y'all help with a strong conviction so we can take this show to a whole nother level. Now, you can do 4 free things that you have the power to do that won't cost you a penny to help us to achieve these incredible goals and numbers. Number 1, hang out with us to the end of the show. That's super simple. Number 2, we need you to hit that like button. I'm talking about go back, watch the dunk video, put a blindfold on, pick up your phone, and hit that like button like Coach Syl, dunk that rock, so we can run the numbers up and this show bubbles all the way up to the top. I'm talking about number 3, we need assist out there. We need everybody to share. It's going to be an incredible story today, and I know a lot of people are going to need to hear it, and I promise you, the people you share this with, they are going to thank you for doing so. And last but not least. We in this to win this. We ain't gonna let y'all down. Subscribe to the vibe. That's right. Become a part of the Sports Life Talk tribe. Show us some love. Smash that subscribe button. Let's go. Coach Syl. Well, your people gonna rock with us. It's North Carolina. Take your shirt off, whip around your head like a helicopter. Hey, the WNBA legends that you know and hold dear to your heart. All of these folks gonna show us some love and join the SLT family today.
Yes, they are.
Y'all heard her. Y'all heard her. She told you it is that time. On the count of three, let's do it like we true to it, family. Come on, 3, 2, 1. Boo! Kevin, it's my hair's up on my arm. If I black out on this episode, y'all just wake me up.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I'll give you about 20 more minutes before you crash.
I can't sit still today, man. I'm so hyped. But check this out, Coach Syl. Everybody that just smashed the subscribe button or did anything to help us out, we consider them family, and we want them to let us know so we can show them some love personally ourselves. You know, we can't pick up the phone and call them, but what we can do is we can reach out to them in the chat. So you tell us, what is your favorite emoji so all of your friends and family can throw it in the chat and we can say what's up to them. What is your favorite emoji?
A fire emoji.
Back-to-back fires. Fire. Let's go. Throw the fire emoji in the chat. Let's heat this thing up. Let's get it cooking. Get it cracking. If you just smashed that subscribe button up, you shared it, you did anything, let us know so KT and I can show you some love. What are we going to tell these people, Kevin? What are we going to tell them if they put the fire emoji in the chat?
Well, before I say that, please don't put a blindfold on. Leave that to the professionals like Coach Syl. I don't want anybody to get hurt, but we're going to tell them thank you.
Thank you. And welcome to the Sports Life Talk family. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate it. We're growing something special here. We would love to have you to be a part of it. As a matter of fact, we don't do fans. We don't do followers. We do family here at SLT. So welcome to the Sports Life Talk family. Now, Coach Syl, is on you. Now, we're about to let your head down and get to learn a little bit more about you in a very unique and fast-paced way. Welcome to the Sports Life Talks initiation.
Oh, boy.
All right, Coach, to kick off your initiation, we need for you to give us your top 5 music artists.
I like conscious rap, so I'm going to go with Common. I like smooth jazz music, so I'm going to go with Kim. In the R&B category, I'm going to go with Chris Brown. I rock with Chris Brown. Let's see. That's 3. Gospel, I'm going to go with Yolanda Adams. And my 5th one, I'm going to go with like just an all-time great Marvin Gaye. What's wrong with some Marvin Gaye?
Kevin, the whole list was cooking though. Good. That was some crazy work right there. Oh my goodness. The Chris Brown thrown in there in between the Common and the Marvin Gaye. Kevin, I love the list. And this is the part where it's gonna get kind of, because he's pondering right now, Coach, because we gotta rank your top 5 and we are all on pins and needles. Kevin, what are you gonna give the ranking for that amazing top 5?
Coach, we like to rank everybody's top 5. The highest you can get is 24. The lowest you can get is 10. B. Jones.
What up?
It's not too often in the top 5 you can get Chris Brown with Marvin Gaye. So we're going to get it on, B. Jones. Let's get it on. Give it 24.
What are you talking about, baby?
I had to give him the mambo on that one. Marvin Gaye got that song, I Want You. That song's so cool. I love me some Marvin Gaye. All right, Coach. So who is your favorite superhero and why?
I'm going to go with Wonder Woman. Just because she's a glamazon.
Easy work. I like that. Wonder Woman.
Period.
All right, so Wonder Woman has her own theme music, and we see athletes and entrepreneurs as yourself as superheroes. So she has her own theme song. So give us your theme music.
My theme song, I actually walk out to this when I'm speaking at an event. all I do is win. No matter
what. That's right.
Yep.
Everybody's hands go up. And they say that.
All right. So what is something that basketball has taught you that you can use when you're not on the court?
Basketball has taught me. So my team in North Carolina won a national championship with 0.7 of a second left on the clock. We were down by 2. And so what that moment taught me is, 1, it's not over until it's over. So that buzzer go off, the game is not over. And 2, it taught me that when everybody comes together for a common goal, it does not matter in that last second if you are Black or white, Christian, atheist, gay, or heterosexual. Doesn't matter like what you believe, who you are, like you coming together for one common goal, and if you come together, you can win.
Okay, so B and I, we got a call from Hollywood. They said they want to do a story of your life, but we're having problems with it because we can't find a lead actress. Who should we get to play you in the story of your life?
I would say Chene Agumake.
Ooh, I like that. You think Shanae can act? Can she act? You think, KT?
Oh
Yeah.
Chene?
Yeah.
Are you following her on social media?
Yeah,
you do know
she's an actor.
No, she's about to produce a show about the W.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I went a little bit more basic. I had Jessica Williams. Do y'all know who Jessica Williams is?
Yeah,
She's an actor.
Jack City.
Yeah. So I had Jessica Williams, but I got a small little crush on Shanae. So I don't know if we need to be bringing her nowhere on the set, KT. I gotta remain professional, bro.
Well, that's just when our chances of having that actress. Good grief, B.
I mean, I would want somebody who played me to know how to play basketball.
Oh, that's an important. Yep.
She commentates. She got personality.
Yeah.
Articulate. Yeah.
That's actually the perfect one for you. That's perfect. All right, so B and I, we love to travel, and we travel, we got to eat. So we come out there to hang with you. What's the one food spot we going to, and what's your go-to meal there?
Oh, that's a hard one. I'll just take you to Firebirds and let you get a steak or... No, we have a place called Stony Brooks. River.
I like the steaks. Hold on, let's go back to the steaks.
You can get a steak at Stony Rivers at Chapel Hill.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 5-star restaurant. They have delicious steaks. It's all about the Brussels sprouts, though. And the candy yams with the marshmallows on top. Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like we're using some of that book writing money for us to go down.
That's very expensive.
With the marshmallows.
We don't need money in Chapel Hill.
See what I'm talking about? Good people know good people. In Chapel Hill, y'all good people. I can't wait to get up there now, KT.
Sure.
You gotta have me with you, though.
That's the plan. Everywhere we go, we gonna have you. So don't worry about that. All right. Thanks for rocking with us. The initiation might be wrapping up, but we're just getting started. Now, as we dive deeper into Coach's incredible journey, we want to hear from you. Drop your top 5 music artists, your favorite superhero, your go-to food spot in the comments. Let's see who has the best picks. And don't forget, you can check out more of our amazing You Got Next family over at sltyougotnext.com. Now, let me pass the ball to B as he officially reintroduces our newest play cousin, Coach Syl. So B Jones, go ahead and take it away, brother.
Coach Syl, welcome to the show. The author, Tall Girls United. Oh my goodness, you got so much dope stuff. We're gonna get into all of that here in just one second, but we got a Yeet tweet today, Kevin. So for today's Yeet tweet, this is our way of interacting with all of our new listeners, all of our new family members, and we want you to go to Twitter, and this is our question for today's show. Who is a WNBA legend that we should have on this show? We need to know some more WNBA legends that got books, that's got businesses, that's doing some incredible things. We want to know who they are. So drop their name on Twitter, #Yeet tweet. That is YEETTWEET, and tag in Sports Life Talk so we can start the conversation, start the debate. I can't wait to see some of the list of the names, Kevin, because I know it's a history, a lineage of greatness that a lot of us don't even know about, brother. So I can't wait to see what this list is going to look like. Coach Spann, let's take them to the next level. Let's tell them all about your incredible story, because we started on the hardwood and now you just doing some crazy work. You're doing some impressive stuff out there. But let's take them back to the very beginning. Before that was Chapel Hill. That was Steubenville, Ohio. When did you fall in love with the game of basketball?
Woo! I would say I first fell in love. I feel like this is love and basketball.
Yeah, no, it's I can't do
sugar.
Yeah, brown
sugar. I first fell in love with basketball. I would say I was a rising sophomore in high school, and I went to a camp at Ohio State. And at this camp, I could prior to this camp, when my coach told me to bend my knees, I didn't think that was cool, so I wouldn't bend my knees and play defense. But at this camp, I couldn't score. I couldn't get a rebound. I couldn't block a shot. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't do anything. That's when I realized, I'm garbage. I am garbage. So going to that camp was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I was taller than everybody at my school, all the teams that we played against. But when you go to the state schools camp, Ohio State, that's the biggest school in the country, but in our state, that's the big school. And so there were girls taller than me, stronger than me, faster than me. And I really had to think about everything my coaches had ever taught me. Okay, I gotta bend my knees. You know what I mean? I gotta follow through and flip my wrist. I had to put it all together. And at the end of that camp, they had an all-star game, and I didn't make the all-star team, and I was devastated. But I knew I didn't deserve to be on the all-star team. And then somebody got hurt, and they had to add one more person, and they added me, so I got a second chance. And so I played in the all-star game, and then when I got home from the camp, I got a letter from Ohio State saying, "Thank you for coming to our camp. Fill out this questionnaire. We think you could play collegiately someday." And I was like, oh, it's the first time the thought ever crossed my mind, oh, I could go to school for free on a basketball scholarship. They sent me a questionnaire. So I took it to my mom. I was like, "Mom, they sent me a questionnaire." She's like, "Well, fill it out." I said, "Mom," and so prior to this, my parents had sat me down and said, "Listen, you need a plan, because we sent your brother and your sister to college, and we don't have not one red cent left for you. So you got to figure it out." And I was like, "I'm 12. What do you mean figure it out?" And so when I got home from this camp and I got this questionnaire, I was like, "Mom, I got my plan. I'm going to school on a basketball scholarship." She said, "Well, go to school, talk to your coaches and tell them what your goal is and see if they'll help you." And so that's kind of where the spark happened for me. It was the light bulb went off, wow, they want me. And by my senior year, I was being recruited by over 250 schools. And so, in my city, sometimes you're born there and you die there. I still have relatives still in Steubenville, Ohio, but I had a chance to get out, and that was my ticket out. And I took
250 schools. Now, how tall are you, Coach Syl?
I'm 6'5" without shoes.
Ooh, so that dog looked elegant, didn't it? That dog looked like you went up there and got that thing. So I hate to make this the dunking episode, but when did you start the dunking? Because you don't just get in a dunk contest and start going blindfolded and going and doing that. So when did you start dunking?
Okay, so my sophomore year in college, as a rising sophomore, I worked Michael Jordan's camp. So at Carolina, 2 people from the men and women's program got to work Michael Jordan's camp every summer. So I worked his camp for 2 years. And at the camp, it's men and women counselors, and they're college players from all over the country, right? And so at night, we play pickup with Mike. So the camp was over. We weren't camping the kids anymore. They're in the bed. And so I was the only girl on my team. So I was like, all right, y'all match up and I'll take whoever y'all don't get. And I'm thinking they're going to leave like the sorriest guy for me to guard, right?
Ain't no way. Don't tell me.
Everybody match up with everybody except for Mike. So I was like, y'all scared of Mike? I'm scared of Mike. Me, because both of us went to North Carolina. I'm like, Mike put on his pants just like he wore the same Carolina jersey I wore. I ain't scared of Mike. I'm checking Mike. Okay, so we're playing the game, and then lo and behold, Mike is dunking on me. Now the key is to get out of the way so you're not posterized.
Facts.
But I was frozen in time, standing there, taking the biggest L, right? Mike is rising above me with his tongue out, his legs spread, and I see something that literally changed my life. If this is the rim, Mike was rising above the rim and he pulled the basketball to the front of the rim and dropped it and it went in. And I was like, that's what I'm not doing. Every single time I tried to dunk, it would bounce off the back of the rim. You know, like there's this little metal piece back there. It would bounce off the back of the rim and pop out. And I just keep trying, like it'll bounce off and bounce out. And I was like, one day that ball's going to fall. It just never did. But what I saw was that he went over the rim and he pulled it back to the front and then he dropped it. I couldn't wait to get back to Chapel Hill. I got in the gym by myself. I had a coach in there with me and I learned how to dunk that summer. But I pulled that ball to the front of the rim and dropped it. And so in college, I was dunked for like 2 years. So I was a rising sophomore when I learned, but there were 4 of us on my team in North Carolina who can dunk.
Four?
Charlotte Smith, she's about 5. She's about maybe 6 feet, maybe. But her uncle is David Thompson from NC State that played in the NBA. The Skywalker who could grab a quarter. Yeah. So Charlotte Smith, Gwendolyn Gillingham, she was 6'9", and Marion Jones, the track star, she played basketball and ran track at Carolina, but she was our point guard. So she's not even 6 feet and she could dunk. And we would line up right behind each other and just back to back to back to back, like bam, bam, bam. The other team would be at half court like,
oh yeah, I would have packed it in. I would have been like, I don't know what y'all talking about doing. Get the balls. Get the balls. Do you not see what they doing?
By the time I lined up for the jump ball, my man would be like, you want me to jump? She'd be looking at her coach like, you want me? I'd be like, yeah, you. She wants you to jump ball. Let's go.
Wait a minute. So I got Kevin. That just opened up so many questions. I don't even know where to go with this, but I got to ask you, did that North Carolina team bring that type of energy that you just had? Like, hey, we out here dunking. We some bad girls. We know we finna work y'all over. Like, was it that type of energy on the court with y'all?
We were trash talkers. I mean, our coach would get on us because after we scored, we'd be talking so much trash that the other team would be rushing to score a layup on the other end. Like that was our scouting report. Like as soon as they score, push it down the floor because they high-fiving, chest bumping, talking trash, and you can score on them, right?
Right. Easy transition buckets.
We used to have to pull our teammates out of somebody's face. Like if they score, we'd be like, get back on chase, because they'd be like, hey, your face out of here. Get that out of here. Like listen, this was in the 90s. So we were like the female Fab Five of that time.
Yeah.
And we were playing that was during the Fab Five era, you know, like in the 90s. They played North Carolina and Chris Webber called the timeout that he didn't have. That was during my time. But we were like that. And we trash talk, slam dunking. We didn't even shoot regular shots in the warm-up. We just dunked the whole time.
So I know if somebody in my family that's going to be like, ask her. Marion Jones, though? Kevin, did you know Marion Jones was on the same team?
I knew she was at North Carolina, ran track and played basketball. I did not know.
Oh, my goodness. Now, was she fast running down the court with the basketball?
Listen, this is around the time where North Carolina went up-tempo. That was their style. So we had a goal to have 100 possessions a game. No other team in America was doing this, right? So we wanted to speed up the game. It was all run and gun. So they went out and recruited the fastest players. We all ran track in high school, all of us, just about. But Marion was a freshman when I was a senior. So that she was the missing piece to our whole puzzle. When she came, it took everything to another level because she was already a star when she got there. Like a star with an attorney and an agent, and her mom moved to Chapel Hill with her. And so we had to run a mile. Every Carolina player, from Michael Jordan on all the way down, you have to run a mile run in the preseason, right? Before you can get your uniform. So the guards had to run it in 6 minutes and 30 seconds, 4 times around the track. Post players had to run it in 7 minutes. But because my coaches felt like I wasn't being challenged, I had to run with the guards, right? And so they said, all right, Marion is your rabbit. She's supposed to like pace us. So when the horn went off, Marion took off in a sprint for a mile run. They're like, Coach, they were like, just stay on her heels. I'm like, listen, she ran her mile faster than the men's basketball team. Like, 4 minutes and something like, or maybe like 5 minutes and 20 seconds, but she had 6 minutes and 30 seconds to run it in. So I used to get a rebound and just throw it as hard as I could down the court. And Marion, I would throw it in front of her. And she would chase it down her neck and be going like this. And she'd catch it, take 2 steps and lay it in. And we weren't even across half court yet. We couldn't catch her. We just on the court as hard as we could. And we groomed her to be a point guard. She was like a small forward when she got there. But we said, listen, we want her to set the pace. Everybody had to keep up with her. They taught her how to speed. She couldn't even like handle the ball when she got there. So they taught her how to speed dribble and push the ball out in front of her. It was a wrap. So I can recall I was a captain at that time. So I would hit the floor and say, defense. And when I did that, that meant Marion, rip your man. She would be guarding the ball at the top of the key. And when I would smack the floor, she'd rip her man and go score a layup. And she come back down, I'd do it again and be like, defense. She'd rip her man to the point where her man would call her own timeout, like timeout. And we'd be like, yeah. We run to the huddle like screaming, jumping on her, you know. But when I tell you, like, we had a ball, like it was fun to win. And we didn't want to just win. We wanted to like win by 50 or 40, you know. And so, but our whole team was good. And so our coach would take us out, put the next group in, and the next group was very good as well. So we were deep. Our bench was deep. We were very close, like a close-knit group. It's very rare to play on like a real team where everybody genuinely loves each other to the point where our coach is like, y'all are too nice. We're not getting better because y'all like each other too much. So
right.
We're switching up how we do practice. So she made it very competitive. Every drill, there was a winner and a loser. So either you're going to win or you're going to be on the line. So you figure it out. You want to be nice to your teammate that you're guarding, or you're going to be right. It's going to be a long day for you. So it just started to be like, well, I want my team to run. So we would go at each other like crazy. So to the point where like when we played, games were easy. Practice was so unbearable that by the time we played a team, we couldn't wait to like beat up on somebody else because we had been beating each other up all week. So we would be lighting up on game day. That was like a break. You're taking a break on game day. So
Kevin, can you just sit here? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I can just sit here all day and listen to this
for like the next hour or so. You're not lying.
Y'all are getting some incredible content right now. I cannot believe that we are getting this type of insight and this type of history. Just, I mean, this is super impressive. So we got to talk a little. We got to get to the book in a second. But 2 gold medalists. What is
Okay, let me clarify. I'm not a 2-time Olympic gold medalist.
Okay.
I have 3 gold medals, but I played in the Pan Am Games, the Joan Cup Games, the World University Games. I was on the select team. I was on the national team for the Olympics that was in Atlanta, but I was an alternate for the Olympics. And no one got hurt, so I never got to play.
Oh, so close. So close.
But I'm also a bronze medalist and a silver medalist. And so my sisters or different people are always like, you should take that out your bio. Don't tell people you got a bronze. And I'm like, no, the bronze helped me be a multi-gold medalist because we looked past the team we were playing. We had our eyes on the gold medal game. And we overlooked our opponent, and they snuck up on us, and we looked at the score and was like, oh my gosh, we're down. And the crowd got into it, the refs got into it, and we couldn't recover, and we won the bronze. And I learned at that time that we were the first USA basketball team to not win the gold in the
No, oh my goodness.
Broke a record to not win the gold. So when I had to bend my head down for them to put the medal on my neck, I cried. When I heard somebody else's national anthem play instead of mine, when I saw somebody else's flag raised above my flag, I was like, I felt like trash. But that medal, I look at that medal more than any gold medal that I have, because it's a reminder of me to never take any moment lightly. Like, never take it for granted. Never feel like I'm entitled to win. I'm entitled to get whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I practice. If I got to do a speech, I'm practicing. I'm not like, I've done this speech 1,000 times. I'm going to practice every single time to make sure I'm like, like I'm on point. I'm not taking, I will try to be a kid. They're like, Syl, that's a kid. Let them win. No. You know what I mean? Like, every single time I'm there to show up, because I never want to feel like I felt when I won a bronze medal.
I know for a fact, as soon as I get off here, I'm going to Amazon and I'm downloading this book, because I know if it's anything, the stories, the charisma, the color, the energy that you are bringing to the show right now, if the book is half as good as that, it's gonna be a burner. It's gonna be a candle burner. I'm gonna be up all night reading this thing. So you're a best-selling author. And I know that you'd probably give credit to everything that you accomplished in the past, and how you had to go through the burning sands to get to where you are now is what made you write a book. But I want you to tell us in your own word, Coach Syl, what inspired someone who's done the things that you've done to sit down and put all your creative juices on paper and to give the world a record, a history of what's going on out there, and put it all in the book?
Well, I've lived enough for about 4 lifetimes. And so every time I start telling some of the stories of things I've been through, people are like, you need to write a book. And so one time I was at church and this lady said, I got your book. And I said, who, me? She's like, yeah, I got your book. I said, my book? You mean my magazine? Because I'm co-founder of Monarch Magazine. It's sold in Barnes & Noble. So I was thinking like, she got my magazine. She said, no, your book. And she left. And I went home and was like, what is she talking about? I Googled it, and there was a book. There was a book called Sylvia Crawley that I didn't write. And when I looked in it, it said she was born in Steubenville, Ohio, the youngest of 3. And I was like, this is about me. And I didn't
So somebody took your story and wrote a book about it without your permission?
At Barnes & Noble.
Wow.
I sent it to my attorney and was like, listen, can I do this? And it says on the first page that all the information they got it off of Wikipedia. So it's common knowledge. So I couldn't sue them. I couldn't get any money. And the book cost $60. I said, who is paying $60? You ain't pay $60 for a T.D. Jakes book. So I thought like, maybe they're just doing this for all WNBA players. So I looked up Lisa Leslie, no book. Cheryl Swoops, no book. Just me. But then I looked at other books that this author wrote, and they were all from Ohio. There was a book about
okay.
Yeah. So I think it was somebody from Ohio, but it inspired me. Like, listen, I can't let somebody else tell my story, and it's trash. The book is trash.
For real. And then they probably think you got something to do with it.
Yeah. I said, no, I'm not gonna let anybody tell my story for me. So I knew I had to write it, and I've been trying to write it for years. And so finally I just said, so it's called The Confidence Playbook. And this book has helped me. I've reinvented myself many times over. And through every phase of my life, this book has helped me. And so when I go to speak about the book, a lot of people feel like, well, I don't need the book, but I got a daughter who could really use this book. So I start my speech out by saying, raise your hand if you've ever been nervous before an interview. Raise your hand if you've ever been nervous before taking a test. Any test, SAT, ACT, a test at work. Raise your hand if you've ever been nervous before speaking in front of large crowds.
Raise your hand, Kevin. Kevin is not playing good, Coach. Raise your hand, Kevin.
Maybe he hasn't been nervous. But those 3 questions usually cover every single person in the room. Raise your hand if you've ever played a sport. Now keep your hand up if you've ever been nervous right before the game started. Bubble guts before the game. You know what I mean?
The BGs.
That's everybody. Everybody at some point in time in their life could use a little more confidence. And so this book really helped me as I was reinventing myself as a fashion designer. It helps me being a caretaker of my octogenarian parents. My parents are 82 and 84. It's a full-time job. This book helps me as a wife. This book helps me as CEO of Tall Girls United, as co-founder of Monarch Magazine. And so once I realized, oh, this helps. This is for everybody, for every occupation, for everything that I've done. And so I put it on paper so that I can help others, and so it's really been a blessing to a lot of other people. And some of the stories that I've said tonight are actually in the book. The book has a QR code. If you scan it, if you have the paperback, you can scan it and it will literally take you to the stories that I'm telling you today. Everything I'm saying could be facts checked and is documented on the internet. My whole life is on the internet. And then if you have the ebook, there's a clickable link. You can click it and it'll take you to the blindfold dunk. It'll take you to the national championship game. It'll take you where you can see the gold medal, the bronze medal in that story, Michael Jordan dunking on me, all that kind of stuff. So, and it's a workbook. And it's not a very thick book. When I get a thick book, I feel like I am never going to finish this book. But this book is small. So you'll be like, oh, I could knock this out in a week. And it'll make you want to read the book. But it has you do your work. Like I tell my story and then I bounce past the ball to you. And then you write down 3 things in each area and each chapter. So yeah, you're able to do your work and make the story, even though it's like my life story, I make it a we story so that you can make it applicable to your life.
So I know a lot of people are like me. The biggest question now remains is, when do you sleep, Coach? We're talking about CEO, author, you are coach. You're doing, this is crazy how much work you're doing. Do you get some rest, Coach? Do you have a moment to rest, relax, and recuperate?
I don't actually. I do. I have a company called Let Us Execute, and it's a digital marketing company. So we have VAs, and they're in the Philippines, Dubai, and Nigeria. And because of the time differences, I'm always up. I'm like, I write down 5 things that I need to get accomplished before tomorrow. And when I wake up, they're done. So I wake up feeling accomplished. But like at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll check my phone and be like, did y'all do my PowerPoint? Oh, yeah, they did it. Yeah. But so I'm up at like 3, 5 in the morning. I probably go to bed at midnight. Yeah.
Coach, what's driving you? It's got to be something. What is the spice of life for you? That's not normal. Nobody is that determined, that headstrong to be great. Like, you got your iron in so many fires. That is insane. We have trouble doing a podcast, putting all this together, and you doing 10 times more than that. What is going on? Like, what is inspiring you to do all of this greatness?
Well, I don't really see it as I do a lot of things.
Well, we do, Coach. You are Wonder Woman for real.
No, my main job is I'm a speaker. I'm a speaker entrepreneur, meaning I get paid to speak before, during, and after I speak. That's my main thing. Let Us Execute, it operates itself. Like they're executors instead of VAs. I have a supervisor and he runs it. So I wake up to see if things are done, but I don't have to do it. My main job is taking care of my parents. That's what I spend the majority of my time doing. So I'm up at 7 o'clock cooking breakfast for my dad. He's got to have lunch at 12 and he has to have dinner at 5. Every day he eats dinner at 5. Since I was born, I've eaten dinner at 5. So that's the biggest thing that I do, and my husband. But other than that, I don't see it. I've always been into multiple streams of income. I grew up to my mother. She could sew, she could cook, she could do hair. So like I always wanted the latest Jordan tennis shoes. So I was like, Mom, can I get the new Jordans? I figured out if you do 2 Jerry curls and you make 1 prom gown and you bake 3 pies and sell them at the church, I could get the new Jordans. Like, I would figure out.
You figured it out, boy.
I'll be counting her coins. Like, you do this. And she was like, listen, I'm going to teach you how to do your own hair and how to sew, so you won't be trying to figure out how I can get you Jordans. You buy your own self some Jordans. So, we grew up like that. My siblings and I, we saw my mom doing multiple things. My dad worked in a steel mill. My mom worked in a steel mill while she was doing hair and all these other things. And so that's all we know. That's a way of life for us.
And she cooks, Kevin. And she cooks. All of that being said, all I heard was as she gets up at 7 and she cooking. You are incredible. You are absolutely phenomenal. I know we got to get out of here, but it's a lot of people that's curious of what veterans like yourself, alumni of the WNBA who they're all now standing on your shoulders from some of the work that you put in. It was funny. I was at a commercial flight the other day, and back in the WNBA has just got the private flights, and I was thinking to myself, like, these women had to go through what I'm going through right now to prepare to travel to a city to play a basketball game, play that game, go right back up to the airport and fly to the next city to do that all over again. And I just thought that was absolute insanity. And now you're seeing that you guys are starting to grow and they're starting to get the respect and the finances that they deserve. But what are your thoughts sitting there as somebody who paved the way, who was a part of amazing basketball that not too many people or a lot of people didn't give y'all roses like y'all should have deserved or y'all deserved? What are your thoughts on all of the transcendence of the WNBA right now?
I'm loving it. This is the day that we prayed for. I played in the ABL where that league folded, and I knew what that felt like. Like, we were staying at the Ritz Hotel, and then one day we're at the W, then we're at the Holiday Inn, and we're like, wait a minute, what's going on?
It's looking different. It's getting darker.
And we had charter flights, and we had a coach bus take us to the airport, and then we got a white van, like a 16 passenger van going to the airport. We're like, wait a minute, we're making cuts, right? So when that league folded and some of us were able to switch over to the WNBA, we also started seeing cuts in the WNBA where we felt like, I don't know if the league is going to survive. Like, we never thought that my generation's kids would make it to play to the WNBA. And now they are. Like, that's what you're seeing now. Like, the offspring of my generation is now like, they got next right now. So this is the day we prayed that it would still be around. And this is now our 8th year of the WNBA. And so we're super proud. I'm such a mother hen of the league. Like, when I play, people say, well, we don't want to watch y'all play because we don't want to watch women look like dudes. If I want to see dudes, I'll watch the NBA, right?
Dumbest stuff I've ever heard, by the way. They still stand that stupidity.
No, but now when I look in the chats, they're talking about Angel Reese, about how she played with those eyelashes on and that hair all the way down to her back. And I'm like, leave her alone. Shut up. You had a problem when you felt like we look like men. Now they got lashes and they look like women. You got a problem with that. Like, what do you want? Like,
Kevin, that is something to be said right there. That is a very good point. Right. Very good point.
You just don't like women's basketball, say that. But I feel like you said that, sometimes we didn't get our roses. We get our roses when people show up. When we see sold out games, those are our roses. Because we know, like, yes, we paved the way. We rode commercial flights, right? We played Phoenix at home and then Phoenix at Phoenix the next day. And
wow.
Raced them to the airport to get 1 more hour of sleep than they did, right? Now it's private. Now they're flying private. And it took Brittany Griner going to Russia and getting stuck in Russia for them to say, all right, when she got back, they had to fly her private. They couldn't fly her commercial.
Why?
And then if you let Brittany Griner's team fly private, that's unfair. You gotta let the other team. So things started to happen over the course of time that brought us to where we are right now. Like, NILs happened in college. And then the female athletes started, and not just females, but all the athletes started to show their human interest stories. Like, okay, I got a brand, I sell t-shirts, I model, right. I do this, I rap, and so it made them very marketable. And now those players are now in the WNBA and those turn into endorsements. and now you know all those side stories about them.
That's right. That's right.
The sport is just evolving. I have a shirt that says everybody's watching women's basketball. I want to normalize watching women's basketball. I couldn't even tell you. I only watched the men's national championship game. Prior to that, I didn't watch any of the games. I couldn't even tell you who was in the Final Four.
They boring anyway.
My eyes were locked on women's basketball, and so I'm super excited. I'm super proud of what's going on. And we're not jealous. Like the sisterhood, we're strong. Like we're all on GroupMe. We're very organized. We're very united. And we're just so proud of what's going on right now. And we're so here for it. We have watch parties, you know, we're rooting for our teams. I'm an alumni of the Aces. So in July, Mark Davis, who also owns the Raiders, fly us, like all expense paid +1. So we get to bring our spouses, or you bring your mom or whoever, you bring your child, whoever you want to bring. And he just takes us there for a whole weekend. You got an unlimited tab on your room. Mark Davis pick up the tab. Like however he treats the Raiders is how he treats us. And so it's a new day, man. You know, he flew us all there to say thank you for your contributions to the WNBA. Whether you play 1 minute, like whether you played 1 minute or whether you were a starter, non-starter. I have a friend, she played 2 minutes for the Utah Stars and she got traded and played the rest of her career with Miami Soul, right? But he flies her because the Utah Stars relocated to the San Antonio Silver Stars, which relocated to the Aces. So we're in the lineage of the Aces. So if you play 1 minute for any of those franchises,
wow,
family. I mean, he gives us, like, we got a replica of the ring and a necklace when they won a championship. It's unbelievable. And so we're getting our roses, you know,
you are definitely getting your roses.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to see how it's grown and what's happening. And just to know, like, I know the journey that it took, you know, like I know all the little things in between when the front office wasn't even a front office, you know, to see where it is now. It's like, wow. When I watched the draft, I'm like, I was part of a draft where they called you on the phone. and my mom called, was like, did you get drafted? I'm like, hang up, you tying up my line. Like, you know, I didn't even have three-way. Like, oh, they're trying to draft me. And now they've like flown to New York to get the hat to come on stage. It's like a whole production. I'm like, yes, we are here. So, yeah, and I'm super excited about what's happening in college, you know, with the NILs. There's North Carolina. I said, can y'all tell me which one of the players have NILs? Because I want to do a panel discussion. They said, oh, all of our players have NILs.
All of them. All of them. I'm
like, all the players? It used to be like just the stars. Like every last player at North Carolina has an NIL. I'm like, wow. Really?
Wow. You got to wrap up. You know, we don't have time for the championship rounds because I've just talked and your story is so dope, but we got to get everybody out here. And I would be a failure if we didn't set the future up, our moment of manifestation, as we like to call it. You Got Next is the title of the show, and we are all now rocking with you at Coach Crowley. And the story it's just getting beginning. I mean, I don't even know what business. Business probably gonna sprout up right after this show happens. But Coach Syl, what's up next for you? You tell the world now that we are rocking with you. What can we expect from your future endeavors?
Ooh, I've been germinating underground. My friends know when I'm quiet, I'm up to something. I'm starting a tall girl modeling and influencer agency called Elevated. So look out for that because it's much needed. And I would love to have that in a reality show because you have not seen that. Model 6 feet and up. And then I'm also, there's a new league coming out called the WBL that I'm involved in. And they actually have the rights to the Cleveland Rockers and the Detroit Shock. And that's going to be the very first game. And these were former WNBA teams. But those teams folded, and this new league got the trademarks for it. So it's the plot is thickening, and there's rumors that Detroit wants to bring the Shock back. So they're going to have to buy those trademarks from the WBL, and they're up for sale if they want them. If not, they're going to use them. So,
how much would it cost for SportsLifeTalk to get the Sting or the Rockets? No, what were they? The Houston Comets. Yeah.
Well, how much would it cost? Someone has a Houston Comets trademark right now. They're holding on to it. But that would be a great team to resurrect because they won 3 championships, right?
Yeah, first three.
Four straight.
Yep. And so no team has done that, I don't believe, so far. The Aces are close, but they haven't broke that record. So so that would be a great team to resurrect. Portland just announced that they're going to have a team. They haven't said the Fire like it was when I played for it. It's just Portland right now. So they haven't.
They're going to be in the WBL?
They're in the WNBA.
WNBA.
Oh, WNBA. Yeah.
So the WBL has a team in Toronto, Canada. It's called what is it called? Toronto. So there's a Cleveland Rockers, Detroit Shock. There is the Chicago Fire. There's the Indiana Thunder. And there is I can't think of the Toronto team's name, but the Toronto team and the Detroit Shock will be the 2 cities that they have for this year. Starts in June.
Wow.
And, so if you think about it, the WNBA, they cut about 3 rounds every year. Only the first round, one or two picks are the only ones that really stick and make a roster. Everybody else gets cut. And so now when they get cut, they have a chance to try out for a WBL team.
Oh, this is going to be dope.
That's good.
Yeah, where have y'all been all of my life? Coach Syl, we got to get you out of here. We got to let everybody go tonight. Kevin?
Do you have any shout-outs you want to give?
I want to shout out my husband, Brian Spann, who keeps me sane, who doesn't fuss when I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Shout out to my sister, Helen Crawley Austin, who is a beast, by the way. We hadn't even discussed her. I want to give a shout out to my niece who's graduating from Howard in May. She has an invention called My Gun's Been Moved, and her goal is to eradicate teen violence. And so she has a smart pad, and when your gun is moved, it notifies your app that your gun has been moved. And you can notify an emergency contact or 911 before your child goes and shoots a bully or shoots up the school. And she's a beast. So shout out to my niece, Kayla Austin.
That's much needed. Shout out. That's huge.
And shout out to my parents for just being dope parents, married for 62 years. They showed me what love looks like up close and personal. And they didn't sugarcoat the fights. They didn't sugarcoat their affection for each other. I needed to see all of it. And shout out to them because they're the real heroes.
All right, so this is the part of the show where you get a chance to call out the person that you think should have next. Tell them, hey, I got a chance to rock with B. Jones and KT. Tell them my story, and I want you to do the same thing. That said, Coach, who are you calling out? Who should have next?
I think Charlotte Smith should have next. She's a former WNBA player from Charlotte Sting. She's the head coach of Elon women's basketball right now. I think that Marion Jones should have next. I think that Mark Henry, he's a WWE former wrestler.
Why you said that? Why
you know who Mark Henry is? The world's strongest man.
Oh, world strong. He is a huge WWE fan. You just made his night, Coach.
That's my dude, Mark Henry. I think he should have next. Let's see. I'm gonna go with those 3 so far.
Charlotte Smith, Mark Henry, and the world-class speed. Don't look back, Marion Jones. Y'all are up next. Let the world know that your ticket just got punched and it is official. We gonna have some heat on this show. We told y'all bigger and better, but I ain't know it was gonna get as big as Mark Henry.
Wait, one more, Don Staley.
Oh my. Kevin, I almost blacked out.
I would be on the floor with you, B. Jones, but somebody got to stay and stop the recording. So I'm
almost blacked out. Y'all, Lord, help me. Help me. I got my heart vibrating. Don Staley! we met Don a couple of times. Super dope. Y'all let the world know that y'all are up next. Get us top 5 ready. And we're going to have a good time. This thing is about to be bananas. Sylvia Crawley Spann. You got next. You are the truth. You are the authentic, real deal. You a pioneer, a trailblazer, super smart. Hey, you can do it all, coach. You are absolutely a savant, and anything you touch goes platinum. I'm a huge fan of you because of what you brought to this show, but brought to the game, and your intensity and just how you keep going after it on multiple fires. That is untouchable and unreplaceable. You are one of a kind. You are one.
I got one more thing to say.
What's up?
Here's what I got next that I really want to say.
Okay.
I'm starting a company called Speaker Stadium, and this is for current and former athletes and coaches who want to monetize their voice and build speaking empires.
Love it.
I have a lot of friends that they're nervous to retire from coaching or playing because they just don't know what's next. They just don't know if they can find something that they love to do just as much as basketball or whatever their sport is. And so now we're offering a community and a way for them to do that. So I'm super, super excited about
What's
it.
What's the website? How do they get plugged into it?
Speakerstadium.com.
Speakerstadium.com. Sylvia Crawley Spann, you are extraordinary. You are elite. You deserve a yeet. Oh, hey, y'all. Wow, Kevin. Oh my goodness, y'all. We've been doing this show a long time, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it be some good shows, it be some great shows, and we gonna give you entertainment. But this one, we was cooking with grease today. I hope y'all had as much fun as I did, and we appreciate you so much for being a part of Sports Life Talks. You got next. Thank you. Drop the fire emoji in the chat if you're rocking with us today. If you're loud and proud, if you're a part of the Sports Life Talk family, we want to make sure we introduce you to the family. And don't forget to check us out on all of our socials at Sports Life Talk. Kevin is working hard to make sure we drop y'all content all the time, and as I say over and over again, the summer is loading up to be something special. Sound like we might have sound like it's gonna be some big names coming on this joint here pretty soon. And for all of the WNBAers who I told y'all earlier today to yeet tweet, y'all drop the names in. I definitely want to see how many names of players who are alumni of the league, the veterans that are doing some incredible things that are nobody's talking about or we don't know about just because we hadn't uncovered them. Let us know who they are so we can go out and find them. And we want to open you up an invitation to be on the show. Go to our website, sltyougotnext.com. Click on the nominate tab and just tell us real quick. Say, I played. That's all you got to say. Them 2 words, I played. And Kevin going to reach out to you and we're going to get you on the show. We're going to make it happen. And make sure y'all download the show in the podcast format. This show will be available audio content as well as all of our other shows. We're getting close to that 800 show mark. I don't know. When we get 1,000, we're going to do something super crazy, super special. But make sure y'all keep all the laughs, all the energy, all the fun, ambitious, just all of it. Positivity going forward, and download the show and take it on the road at Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Kevin, I'm gonna cry when we get off here. I'm just gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna cry. Kevin,
we need a part 2. That's all.
It sounds like we got to do a part 2. I need to have Brian Spann on here too, because any man that's he got to be the strongest. He the real strongest man, Kevin. He got a black queen that's smart, beautiful, doing all of that. He got to be a real strong man. So shout out to you, Mr. Spann. You too, all superheroes, sir. KT, let's go home, man.
You get the strong man, B. Jones, but remember, Mark Henry is the strongest man. Don't do that. We can't take him, B. Jones. That's a huge human being. But, Coach, thank you so much for rocking with us.
You don't want to
No, Mark Henry. I see what he did in the ring. Could you imagine if he did to us? It wouldn't take long. It wouldn't
take time.
Yeah. Coach, thank you so much for rocking with us. Whatever you need from us, please let us know, and we got your back.
Thank you for having me.
Coach Syl, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say there, and it's up, down, because all I do is win. Oh, let's go, Sports Life Talk Nation. We love y'all. Stay safe, be blessed, respect each other, and love one another, because together we are better. And remember, tough times don't last. tough people do. So keep dreaming big. And you never know, your story may be the next one featured on Sports Life Talks. You got next. Yeet.
I knew you had next, cause you always working, you always grinding, you're in your bag cause you're always working. Like in due time, I knew you got next. Oh, you did it, huh? Crack the code. You got next, you smashing goals. You want next, you need exposure. Well, Sports Life Talk got the baddest show, like the baddest in the room. Podcast to tune into just for you to talk your shit. Talk your mushroom. You are what you eat and you should consume. Sports Life Talk from the late night to the afternoon, then rest repeat. Hit the like, leave a comment, or subscribe so you don't miss a beat. You got next is a small taste of a winning meal from a chef type of celebrity. What's up next is you, at least you better be. Yeah, you got next, yeah. I can feel it, you're a winner just like me. You got next, and what comes next? Tune in next time and you'll see. Cause if you got next, yeah, if you got next, then you're just like me. If you got next, yeah, if you got next, then you know where to be. I'm talking Sports Life